Hello, this is Oliver speaking. I'd like to give you a very short overview and introduction into the Flow Rooms. The Flow Rooms are part of the Flow Center system. The Flow Center system is a digital asset management system. The surface you're currently looking at is called Flow Archive, which is part of that Flow system, and it's basically the editorial backend. Now, this is where I can manually or automatically have the so-called rooms generated. I will show you the manual way of doing that to give you an idea of how that works. What you're looking at is basically my archive. Up here I've got some search, here I've got some search results. Down here in what we call the workbench, you can see there's a tab called the showroom. So I'm going to quickly create a new showroom and I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call that London. Once I've given it a name, I can now furnish the room with content simply by pulling it from my archive into the room itself. So I've selected these two items. I'm now going to open the room and now I can create my room simply by tapping over here. I've gone to the area showroom. Here is my room London. I'm going to add from my pre-selection, I'm going to add my files. Oops, sorry. If there's photos, if there are graphics, if there are videos, if there's audio, that's all part of the archive. And then I can add some text. Hello, this is for you. Sorry about the typing. I've now added text to the website, which is what I've typed here. London calling. There we go. I've added a title. I'm going to save that. Now, what the system has already done by hitting save, the system has created a new microsite, which is what we call the room. And I can preview it by simply clicking on the view button here. You can see this microsite has its own URL. So each room has a separate URL. It has the text that I wrote in here. It can have logos, in this case it's France Télévisions, some personal text I've added, and it's got the content that I've decided to add. And of course, the front end will now play out the video or play out the photo whatever I've added to the content. So what the room now allows me to do, it basically allows me to create an individual website per recipient and furnish that with individually selected items, such as the two videos I'm currently showing you here. That I've done in a manual fashion now, but of course I can highly automate that by working with metadata. Of course, all the files here have metadata. If you look into a file, you can see it's got a lot of different metadata right here. But the other thing that I of course also have in the showroom, I can add addresses of people. These can come from a list. I can upload them into the system or even manage the users as the system and then just add recipients to this particular room, or simply type a name, Richard at you know where, and then I'll go and add somebody to it. If I save that and then hit send, the system will send out an email which will include the link to the room we just saw. So the recipient gets an email. There's a text in the email, of course, which I can also set in here. If I feel like writing something, I can choose different visualizations here. I can set additional functions such as allow commenting. I can set a date by which this room will disappear again or when it will be published, etc., etc. And of course, I can get report on how many views did the content have in a particular room. Okay, so that was really it in a nutshell. I hope that was crisp and short enough. I look forward to your question. My name is Oliver. I'm from Flowworks. Richard Kenyon has my number. Thank you. Bye-bye.